Yo, welcome back to another video. It's 6. I'm about to show you how to make beats from scratch for Bossman Dlow and Luh. But before the video starts, as you see, there's only like 68% of y'all subscribed. So if y'all could just hit the subscribe button, it really helps me out. First things first, I'm just gonna start out with this piano. So the preset for that is a Zenology. Then it's just the Grand XV. That's a really good piano for Memphis sounds. Detroit, you know what I mean? Like those low piano hitting sounds. This is a really good one. And then the next thing I added is going to be out of Heat Up 3. Or no, it's not Heat Up 3. It's 313 Lit. So this is what this sounds like. It's just a bell. Simple. By the way, I'm going to go back and explain just these simple piano chords in a second. But the next sound I added, another 313 Lit, just strings. And real quick, I'll show you guys what this plugin is. So 313 Lit is all for Detroit sound. You can use it for West Coast too. Like Detroit and West Coast sounds are pretty similar. So you can use this for West Coast too. But it's a really good plugin if you're just trying to lock in on Detroit sound and just like you open up the VST and that's all there is to make. I don't know. It's just, I like it. The bell preset was a Live Raw 2 bell. Then the string is the Black Hawk. So I'm about to play the string. And it just repeats. I'm just using tension notes, you know what I mean? Like notes that are right next to each other in the scale because it sounds dark. And it looks like that's literally it for instruments because Detroit is so simple. Honestly, so many placement beats are just so simple. Like artists be hopping on the most simple beats, but hey, if it works, it sounds good, you know, why not? All right. But now I'm gonna go and explain these piano notes. And this is what you're gonna want to do in Detroit a lot, and just like Memphis. This is the bottom of the scale. It's B. So this is in B minor, right? One note up is technically it's out of the scale, right? But you can still use it and it becomes I forgot the term exactly. I think it's called like Dorian or something, like when you're in the Dorian scale. These sound good to each other. These are like tension notes and these are classic. These are always used in Memphis, and like whenever you hear those girl rapper beats like Detroit or Memphis, like these notes are always being played, usually like the dun dun dun. Just listen, like hold up, the 808 is distorting so bad. So for the drums, I just added this hi-hat. It's kind of like, it starts with a roll, right? And the velocity goes down. And the way you do this with the velocity, like this, so you go to 1/3 step, the magnet, the green magnet, everyone knows. You just drag, and then you highlight it with control, left click to drag. And then once it's highlighted, you go over to the velocity control. Hold right click and then drag it down like that. That's how you create a slope. I like to create slopes down and create slopes up into notes and stuff. It's just good to transition stuff. It sounds good. As you hear, like the velocity goes down. It's not just like robotic. And the hi-hats are like bouncing. They're not just like a constant, you know, fill each 2-step. This is literally the same roll. It's just copied down. And as you see, there's like 3 little stutter notes right next to each other right here. So it just sounds like a stutter right before the roll. It's over here to it. It literally just repeats. It's these 3 bars. Yeah, because if you see this is literally this, just down. But yeah, for the snare, it's just simple. It's just hitting, you know, the simple standard snare stuff, not much going on. Then I'm going to show you the 808. It's honestly, it's literally just following the same thing as those piano notes. Literally the same thing. If we go back to those piano notes right now, yep, it's the same progression. I just took out the double octave piano and it's just an 808 now. As you see on the piano, I didn't really talk about that, but yeah, I have a double octave. It's easy to do that. You just highlight it with the control, drag, left click, drag. And then you hold shift, right? And then you just left click, and then now it's duplicated. And what I like to do, instead of dragging it like I did like that, you just control down arrow, and now it's down an octave. That's how to easily create a double octave. All right, now for the open hat. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm picking key important like parts where I want the 808 to hit harder. As you hear, like it's copying and it's overlaying the 808, but it's like it doesn't hit on every 808. So I'm just amplifying the ones that I want to amplify. So this is what it sounds like. I already showed you, but I'm gonna play it again. So as you see, it's like I'm highlighting the certain parts that I want to hit and stand out harder. And you're just gonna have to feel it. It's you know, you just gotta get into it. And then what I did with the stomp right here, I literally just copied the open hats. Yep, I just copied the open hats. As you see, the open hats are exactly the same besides this part. Maybe a couple parts. Yeah, it looks like it's slightly different. Okay. It sounds like it doesn't hit every 808, but the stomp is definitely hitting more 808 notes than the open hat was. Same thought process though, just highlighting the parts that I want to like hit harder. So I'm gonna just play this. All right. And now I'm gonna play everything together because that's the finished beat. Then I'm gonna tell you guys how I arranged it.
6.
All right, now I'm going to show you guys how I arranged it, just like my thought process behind it and stuff. The first thing I did, piano just starts out like this, right? Then I added the hi-hat to give like, right when the song starts, I don't know, it's like building, you know what I mean? It's already building. The drums are already building. There's not a snare yet, you know what I mean? But something's coming, like, that's my thought process behind this build up. And then it just drops.
6.
So the first, this is how I structure things, right? This is 16 bars. These two, so this is the first 8 bars. This is the second 8 bars. This is the chorus, right? So 8 bar intro, 16 bar chorus. Then this is the verse, 16 bar verse. Then it just repeats after that, right? It just repeats. And as you see, I have the chorus one more time. So the first part of the chorus, I don't have the open hat, but I do have the stomp. So then on the second part, which is the second 8 bars out of the 16, I have the open hat, and then I take out the stomp. So I'm creating variation, right? You don't want the listener to just hear literally the same exact patterns, like the same exact sequence the entire time. Everything, like you don't have to go so crazy, switch everything up all the time. Like, no, just create it to where it's interesting. You know what I mean? Stuff is changing. Things are just like more interesting in the beat. But anyway, then you get to the verse, and I create like a little transition. First, I'm just going to let you guys hear it, what I mean. So as you hear, like there's not a snare right here. There's only the hi-hat, and the 808 is playing and the stomp is playing. What I did was I just cut out the first snare. I left the second snare. Then when the second snare hits, I take out the hi-hats until it drops back. Right until it drops back on this 808, which is usually a simple thing that you could do is just delete everything after 2 bars like this. This is 2 bars right here, right? 1, 2. Right when the verse starts, this is an easy, simple thing that you could do every single time. 2 bars, take out 2 bars. This is what it's going to sound like every time. Oh, wait, hold on. I took out literally everything. Hold on. All right, this is what it's going to sound like. Right? It's just standard. It's just a simple drop. But I like to do stuff like this to like switch it up and like have fun with, you know what I mean? But yeah, you can just come up with however many different transitions into a verse you want. But yeah, same thing. Stomp on the first part, open hat, second part. And the open hat's not on the first part. Stomp is not on the second part. And then it just repeats. And then usually what I do is I change the second verse transition so that it's not the exact same as the first fuck. So that it's not the... All right. So it's not the same as the first transition, the first verse transition. That's the beat, and that's the whole video. Hey, if you guys like this video, drop a like on this video. I said video so many times, but anyway, yeah, run it up. Let's get to like, well, I know we can hit at least 30 likes. Drop a comment. Let me know what other videos you want me to make. What other tutorials should I make? What other videos do you want to see? Just let me know. And make sure you subscribe with the notification bell on so you don't miss any of the sauce. Until then, it's been 6. Peace out.